Hello, hello. My name is Nancy Mello, and I am the Creature Preacher. On this episode of Creature Preacher, I want to introduce you to some amazing animals at Rescue Village, a shelter in Russel Township in Ohio, who are waiting to be adopted. Think of this like Bachelor for pets. I'm looking at a picture of Brad. He's a male rooster silky chicken, and he's got this beautiful little white on his beak and this nice little mane of feathers under his chin. I'm not sure exactly what that's called, but I don't think he does either, so that's all good under the hood. Brad's a little bit of a sensitive rooster. Now, if you've heard those two together, please raise your hand because I certainly haven't. He is sensitive to loud noises. He doesn't like the fireworks. He doesn't like anything kind of popping off near him. So even gravel, if you live on a gravel road and it's kind of popping, making those sounds, this is not your rooster. Brad is a little wary of hands, but I think he'd do okay with kids ages 10 and up. He really likes to be talked to, and I definitely think he is a one rooster kind of family where he wants all of the attention. He's a little bit spicy as far as his food. Don't get between him and his little grain, and he especially likes those little dried worms. He's a little sensitive to the temperature, so if you're in a cold climate, make sure you've got some nice heating elements for Mr. Brad. I don't think he likes to be held, but he definitely likes all of the attention because he is a rooster and he's going to do a little strut. But at the same time, he's a little sensitive boy. I think he'd do well as an only rooster, maybe a couple of hens. But he really wants the attention on him, but not because he wants to do kind of the bravado, but because he just likes people talking to him. He likes real gentle sounds. So I think even by a creek, Brad is showing me, and when I say showing, I mean that I can sometimes hear noises. It's almost like a train of thought. But let's say you're thinking of a stream and you can hear that stream in your head. So that's what he's kind of showing me is he likes the sound of water. So anything you can do, you could even make a little water feature in your yard. So if you're a big landscaper, Brad might be the rooster for you. What would Brad's dream vacation spot be? I would say he'd want the stream trickling, he'd want a pile of big dried worms in front of him, and the quiet, relaxing sound of the stream going by, just like that ambient music going in and out. In terms of what Brad's ideal meal out would be, would he go through the drive-thru? Would he do fast food? Or would he do a fancy sit-down? I think Brad would do the fancy sit-down only because he wants the candles. He wants the candles lit, not too close, but close enough he can feel a little warm. Nice little quiet, maybe some violins playing. That's Brad's style. He wants the posh, nice stuff. It doesn't have to be super posh, but he doesn't want corn 5 days in a row. All right, so we'll talk to Philip, and we don't know what kind of pig he is. He is pig. He doesn't need a breed. He is pig. I like talking to Philip. He is a male black pig that is 15 years young. So I just looked this up. Pigs live an average of 15 to 20 years. So if you are looking to adopt an animal in their golden years, Mr. Phillip, as he wants to be called, is the pig for you. So my producer was just saying when we were looking at the picture that he looks a little grumpy, but I see in his eyes that he is an absolute sweetheart. So I do feel like he's developing some seeing issues already. His vision is slightly going. His hearing, especially on the left side, might be also going. But Mr. Phillip, as he wants to be called, is as loyal as they come. He is getting some arthritis, perhaps on the back legs, but he loves to be pampered. He loves nothing more than to sit in the sun, in the mud. He gets extremely itchy around his sides and on his stomach. He loves his head rubbed, and he does know his name. And he loves when someone will sing his name, Philip, Mr. Philip. I think you could call Mr. Phillip a dozen nicknames and he's not going to mind. He is just looking for his person or people. I think Mr. Phillip would do really well with a family. I think that he wouldn't mind kids as long as they're not toddlers. I think he would be great for a family that's entering the hashtag farm life and that is looking to expand. And he would even be a good first-time pig as long as you had a veterinarian on call and you had someone advising you. I think he'd be okay. Philip is really low-key. He's definitely on a schedule and on a routine. He wants things when he wants them. But as long as you have that routine down, he's good to go. He's someone you could definitely sit outside with and read a book while he's just sitting there. I myself have wonderful memories of sitting with my pigs, Smoker, Joker, and Poker during the day and just watching the day go by. This is the lazy pig that wants nothing more than to be someone's pet. He is only anxious when there's no one around after a long period of time. But Mr. Phillip says he still has a good memory. So even if you left for 12 hours, he'd be okay, but he's going to remember you. And when you come back, he's going to let you know it's time for food and it's time for pets. Philip's perfect day would be sitting in a mud pit, rolling around in the sun, and you somewhere nearby doing gardening or landscaping, and even the kids running around with a sprinkler. By the way, he doesn't mind the water. He doesn't mind sprinklers. So if you're anything like I was as a child growing up in the middle of nowhere, where our hobbies in the summer were digging a mud hole or a mud pit, and that was our pool, Mr. Phillip's going to be right there with you in that mud pit, in that mud hole, and he's going to be right there with that sprinkler. This is a pig that would have definitely hung out with the slightly introverted, slightly kind of dorky crowd in high school. He has friends, but he doesn't make a big deal about having those friends. So he's got a real good group of people around him, but he's not going to call attention to himself unless he missed lunch, and then he's going to be irritated. If any of these animals caught your eye from Rescue Village in Russel Township, Ohio, or you want to see who else is looking for a home, we'll have all of that information in the show notes. Creature Preacher with Nancy Mello is produced by Rococo Punch. Our producers are Catherine Fenalosa, Emily Foreman, and Andrea Aswahe, with help from James Trout. How appropriate is that? Social video by Lauren Wyan. For more details on the series, go to creaturepreacherpod.com. You can reach out via email too. Podcast me at rococopunch.com. The show was launched with the help of some of the best in the business, and it wouldn't have happened without them. Thanks to Christine Ricasa, Brian Barletta, the teams at Audely, Tink Media, Adonde Media, Zeitler Design, and Sounds Profitable. If you want to support the show and wear the coolest freaking merchandise ever, check out our Creature Preacher store at creaturepreacherpod.com, created by Go-To-Market, the best folks in all of merchandising land. If you want to see behind-the-scenes video and me dancing with some cats, you can follow me on Instagram at Nancy Mello Official or on TikTok at nancy.mello. Thanks for listening.